Because he will always ask me this thing. Always ask yourself why.
Oh, that's why he's called Uncle
So
Y?
I call him Uncle
I
Y.
thought his name started with the letter Y.
Yeah.
The Business Lab.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of The Business Lab. And this podcast is sponsored by our venue sponsor, Craft by 3, and of course our media magicians, Studio 5 Corp. And today I have the CEO and founder of Studio 5 Corp itself.
Thank you.
Woo! Give a round of applause. It's Rayden. Yeah. So Rayden is here with us, and we're going to talk a lot about mindset and business. And a little bit about Rayden is that he is a serial entrepreneur and investor. He's the group CEO and co-founder of Studio 5 Media Group. He founded Studio 5 Corp Private Limited in 2013, and he evolved into different sister companies such as Studio 5 Weddings Private Limited, Studio 5 Print House, Studio 5 Pixels, and the latest startup Studio 5 Spaces. Very entrepreneurial. And he owns other investments such as F&B establishments and real estates and companies. Wow, that's a real mouthful.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, SMCCI and Abu Sofyan. I just want to share with the viewers, I actually feel a little bit intimidated when I hear that Abu Sofyan is going to be the one interviewing me or talking with me because he has such a great profile. I want to be like him one day. Yeah.
You're too kind. Anyway, focus back there. So I think what's something very interesting, like I'm an introvert. And just now during our chat, you mentioned that you're an introvert.
Yes, I am very.
What would push an introvert to start so many businesses, Rayden? Tell us more.
Want the long version or short version?
Both.
Both. All right. I think from young I have always been a shy boy.
Okay.
To the extent right, nanti nak macam order makanan at hawker center, I would just wait for the person to ask me, boy, what you want? Then I will answer. If not, I'll just stand there and just do nothing until a person cut my queue. To that extent of introvertness lah. Sorry. But I want to improve myself. I do not want to be an introvert. I want to be able to speak up. So in primary school, I kind of tried to join drama classes. I had fun, but it didn't work. Secondary school, I tried to perform on stage. Whenever a teacher says, "You want to perform music on stage?" Or okay, I just want to perform. Okay, never mind, let me perform. And one of the most embarrassing moments in my life is I have to sing on stage alone. And suddenly, in the middle of the song, the AV system spot. Then I have to sing like a cappella version, like without the music.
Wow.
So I cannot cheat lah. Must use my actual voice lah. And I don't have a nice voice, you know. And that is one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. I still remember it until now. But that moment kind of makes me feel, hey, I can do this. What? So I am that introvertness level kind of drop a little bit because I really aspire or I really want to be an extrovert. I really want to be out there and be the life of the party. I really want to shout, hey, macam, you know, that kind of thing, and everyone wants to be around. But like just now what you said, introvert will always be an introvert. It will be inside you.
It's inside you.
But nevertheless, being introvert also, you must have the confidence to do things. You just can't just be a shy person and then sembunyi one corner. You know, if you want to do something, you just go ahead and do it lah. So I think that was what kind of changed me a little. I really want to be a little bit more open rather than closed.
More open.
More open. Yeah. So that's when during my younger days lah. Then how I got into this entrepreneurial journey is actually by accident. I didn't know that I always had this entrepreneurial spirit. During primary school, I used to sell cards.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time there's this anime cards.
Anime, okay.
Yeah, Dragon Ball kind of thing. So you buy it for 20, 50 cents and you sell people for $1 kind of thing. Then you had that sticker book. World Cup sticker book, football, English Premier League. Then you buy them. If people don't have that sticker, hey, I have $5, you know, and then that's how I kind of make money in primary school. Wow. Yeah. And then secondary school, so I did the same, but in secondary school, a little bit different. I sold like erasers.
Okay. Is it the country flag?
Country flag erasers. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Because we had this little tournament in secondary school.
Okay.
So we created ourselves. So I kind of have this, I would call it maybe like a scam lah. I said, oh, this eraser have won a lot of matches. If you buy this one, I confirm will win one. So you just buy this one for $2 or $5, I confirm win. And he said, yeah, correct, win if I buy your eraser. So that's kind of, I'm not proud of it, by the way, but that's kind of, I realized my entrepreneurial journey started quite young without me realizing it. But as you know, parents of that generation, they would always want the best for you. You always want to say, okay, you need to get a secure job, you need to get study smart, go high, go to uni, get a degree, all of those standard path that they set. I don't blame the parents because as a parent, I believe you always want the best for your kids. You will have, especially moms, right? They have this protective layer that they want to protect that child no matter what, especially sons. Yeah, and I'm the firstborn, so me and my mom are kind of like, she's very protective of me. Yeah. So very much laid my foundation or my future from my mom, especially. Yeah, but over the years, of course, when you go towards your study program, and then you realize it's not full, kenapa macam tak best? Why is this the one that I want? You start questioning yourself. But then you said, I have to make my mom proud. Go through it. And then after that, at the end of it, whatever that I have graduated in, it wasn't something that I want to do. Yeah, I studied IT. But coding is not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me at all. So after that, being a playful boy myself, I love music. I love music and I love playing football. I mean, being a young boy, every one of us is very playful. We want to do a lot of cool things to attract the girls, so to speak. So for me, the one that is very attractive enough is either you're a musician or you're a sportsman. So I wanted to be a rock star or even a football player.
Okay.
Yeah. So I joined some football clubs back then. I played music. I performed at Youth Park back then. Now it's called Skip or something. Skip, right? Yeah. And my parents, especially my mom, I said, you got future, man. You do this kind of thing. This one is hobby. It's not a career. Think of a career.
Yeah.
But I cannot think of any career. So I have this uncle, shout out to him, Uncle Y, hello. Yeah, he gave me a lot of good advice. His age difference and me is not very much. He's a very young uncle of mine. He is one of the biggest director in a fast food industry here. I shall not mention which one. I went to his office, hey, Cik, I need an advice. I now finish NS. I do not know what to do. I don't want to work at what I graduated in. What should I do? And then he simply answered, then work here lah. If you do not know, then work here. But I don't have any experience in F&B. Said, never mind. Just come here, trial 2 weeks. You don't like, you leave. Then okay lah, why not lah? So I gave it a shot. And I found it so fun. Very, very fun. Working with like older generation and the younger generation. Usually fast foods are like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I just find it so good. And I kind of, when I'm in the restaurant, I learned a lot of things that I didn't know that it existed, that we need to learn P&L. We need to learn rostering. We need to learn stock taking.
Wow.
Then I got so interested. I asked my GM back then, I said, my RM, my restaurant manager, can I learn all of this kind of thing when you're doing it? Can I just sit down with you and you just tell me?
You asked that?
I asked that.
Wow.
Because I really want to know what she's doing.
Yeah.
And then I said, never mind, next time can I do it for you? And then you just see whether I'm doing it the right way.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. I said, okay. Then I'll just do it. And I just find it so interesting doing with P&L, projection and stuff, which is part of business, right?
Yeah.
And then I got so into it. Then I asked her, when do you think that I can be promoted to the next one? She said, oh, if you pass all these tests, you can be promoted in 6 months. I got promoted in 6 months. After that, I asked her again, when can I be promoted next? In a year. What do I have to do? And she said, you have to do step A, B, C, D, E. And I did all of that. And I got promoted in a year. After I got promoted, I realized that that job is a job. Because it's not that I do not like that job. I find it macam, you know, when you eat something nice, tapi rasa still tak kenyang.
Yeah.
it's something that I still feel macam it's not fulfilling. So
Something missing.
something is missing. I just do not know what it is. Great team, great colleagues, great staff, great boss, but I just cannot find what it is. I asked my uncle again, Uncle
Okay.
Y, thank you very much.
Go away.
Yeah. So I asked him again, say, hey, Chi, I don't feel fulfilled lah. Now I'm good at what I do, but I don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Then he said, never mind. I talked to my friend.
Okay.
Okay, one thing about my uncle, right? He is someone that you would see, I would call him lucky. When he was in secondary school, his group of friends, right, are all entrepreneur. Right now, he's still keeping in touch with his group of friends. One is a CEO of a TV station in Malaysia. One is a regional director of a very well-known brand internationally. Another one is a VP of DBS Bank. Yeah, and that is all his school friends. So I will always ask him questions like this if I don't have any answers towards like business, about life. Then he said, okay, I called my friend from Disney. I said, oh, okay. Then he got Disney. Apparently that part, during that period, Disney is starting a franchise in Singapore. The first ever Disney cafe outside of Disneyland, and they're going to be based it in Singapore.
Nice.
And he asked me, would you like to try? And why not?
Why not?
I just jumped
That's
the
it.
boat. Just do it.
I think first and foremost, we need to understand how the interior design industry works here in Singapore. So majority of the IDs or the people who work within the interior design companies, most of them are actually freelancers. They are not employed based on a full-time basis, so they work on a commission basis. So, and some business models or some ID companies want to have a lot of ID so that they can close a lot of projects on. My personal tip here is start with visiting the IDs that you have shortlisted or you're interested in. Look at their place of work, look at how they work, look at their office. Once you have done that, I think what you should also do here is to ensure that these IDs that you potentially want to engage are HDB licensed. Last but definitely not least, and to me the most important, because I think nobody do this. Okay. Once you have confirmed, or let's say for example, you really want to sign with this ID company, right? Go to Accra website and pull out the company's profile. Firstly, you know who are the directors, you know where is their office, you know when they were incorporated. Most importantly, you know how much they actually put in as the initial investment or the capital. So in the context of my industry, right, the ID industry, right, I always advise my clients, don't look for cheap, look for value. Okay? Because cheap don't guarantee you that you're gonna get what you want. Okay? Because in order to be cheap, there are corners that I need to cut. But instead look for value. And when I talk about value here, it's not just what I use to build your home, how I communicate with you, how prompt am I? How am I? How I can advise you? These are all the value I add. So like for us, because I maintain a very small team, right? So we only manage between 2 or 3 projects a month. We don't do a lot of projects. So this way, my people are better at managing that project. We are at site more frequent. We are constantly there to check if there are mistakes being made. And our communication with the owners are more frequent, more kira macam more in depth. We are able to correct.
And then back then I was doing a lot of food tasting. I was doing a lot of planning, branding, and I just find it so fun. But then again, still the fulfillment tak kenyang. Why is that so? Great boss, great team, but why am I still not fulfilled? I jumped the boat again. But this time around, I kind of find another different thing. I think most of my staff also didn't know this. I went to work as a telemarketer.
Okay.
Reason being again, because I think I want to be more extrovert. I want to be more confident in talking. So I guess telemarketing, not too bad lah. I tried to call people and talk to people. During my first day, right, pick up the phone, my trainer was beside me. You call this number, imagine the number is 9123456 7. Right after 6, right, want to press 7, I cannot hang up. Yes, because I'm so shy of talking. I just cannot bear. Alamak, what will the people say?
Yeah.
But then I tell myself, I chose this.
Okay.
I want to do this. Just don't think too much about what people think. Just do it because you want to improve. You just do it. Whatever happens, take that as a lesson.
Where do you think this mindset came from?
I would say that maybe it comes from my mom and my dad as well. My dad always tells me things ever since we were young. Never afraid of doing things you don't know.
Never be afraid of things that you don't know.
Yes, never be afraid of doing things you don't know. And my mom is a positive thinker. Whatever happens, she will always say, it's okay. You still live on. Learn from it. No, just don't think negative about everything. Everything is actually positive. If you want it to be negative, it's in your mind. Everything happens for a reason. You know, if something bad were to happen, if you look at it as a bad thing, it will be bad. But if you look at it as a good thing, it will be good. Because whatever that happens in your life, it will happen. You know, so just go through it and eventually you will know where you're going to be in future.
It sounds like your mom and your dad were big influences in your life.
They are. They are big supporters at the same time, also big critics.
Critics, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess with that balance, I am what I am right now. I guess, yeah.
Speaking of what makes you you, what motivates you, a lot of times when we do business, we need to have this entrepreneurship mindset whereby we are pushing for something more, something greater. In other words, you're not being complacent. What drives you? What motivates you to keep going and make things better in your business?
I guess it's the do it mentality that really keeps you going.
Okay.
Maybe I just share with you a story about Phil Knight. I'm not sure whether you heard of Phil Knight's story before. Phil Knight is the founder of Nike.
Okay.
Yeah, and that story kind of relate to me in many, many ways. He went to this conference once, and then he asked everyone to stand up.
Okay.
And then he said, any one of you that jogs once a month, sit down. Then you can see some people sit down. Any one of you that jogs twice a month, and then you see more people sit down. 3 times, blah, 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 blah. And then those who jogs keep standing up. The rest all sit down. And then at the end of it, he asked, who jogs 3 to 5 times a week? And you will only see like 3 to 4 people stand up. And then he said this thing. It's like, when you are running every single day, almost every single day, we are here cheering you on. Because that's the slogan of Nike. We don't celebrate with people that wins. We celebrate to the people that do. So it's the mentality of doing that what makes Nike the best apparel companies in the world right now. So that mentality really, really relates to me a lot. Because if you don't do it, you'll never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, so true.
So just do it. If you fail, you learn.
Yeah.
If you succeed, then get better. So there's no losing in just doing. So you just have to do it.
I think, and on a one level, a brilliant story by the way. I think on one level, there's that fear, right? Like what was going to happen if I risk this, right? And then there's another level whereby, am I doing the right thing? What should I do? Let's say someone listening out there, they want to start a business. What's the best way out there, right? What would you say to someone out there? Like they are analysis paralysis. They don't know what to do. Should I do this? What would you say to someone like that?
Well, I would just say, just do it. I mean, if your vision is strong enough, right? If you really want to do something, don't think of the negativity. I mean, if you think about what ifs here, what if there, right? I mean, they're bound to be things that happen. Sometimes things hasn't happened yet, but you haven't experienced it yet. You need to experience it before you know it, right? It's just like a baby, you know. If all of us actually have that child mindset, everyone will be successful. Yeah. Because they are very persistent. They want what they want. And the adult will give.
Absolutely right.
They learn how to walk themselves. We don't teach them how to walk. We don't teach them how to run. You know, if every one of us has that mindset, everyone will be successful.
I think the most important thing for anybody who wants to venture and go out and do their own business is to understand that there is no substitute to hard work. Hard work comes first. Everything else comes second. You know, because we do know that people view business owners as kurang boss. You know, you guys are bosses. You guys drive nice cars and you guys stay in nice places. Yeah, but you don't understand the struggles to get there. I personally tell myself this: do or do not. There's no try. Courtesy of Yoda.
But over the years, when we get to adulthood, we get influenced by friends, by peers, by family members, by a lot of people actually. And then that's what program your mind into becoming the person that you are. But for those of you who really want to start a business, it's not too late actually to reprogram your mind again. I mean, if you really, really feel you're scared, I always tell this to my team, there's no such thing as fear. FEAR is actually F, false, E, evidence, A, appearing, R, real. There's no such thing as fear. And I always tell them that no one is actually fear of the dark, but they are fearful of what's inside of it because they can't see. No one is actually have a fear of heights, but they are just afraid of falling from that height. So it's really no such thing as if your vision is really strong enough to start something,
That's right.
just do it. You will find your answers.
You will find your answers.
You'll
I
find
love
your
that.
answers.
I think it's a lot about fixated on the destination. I want to be this person that everybody sees versus focus on the journey.
Focus on the journey, yes. Correct.
Focus on the path. Focus on what you have to focus on.
Exactly. You know, the journey is so much more beautiful than just the destination. You know, you get to experience the journey. If I tell you if you can teleport from here to another place, or if I tell you if you can fly from here to another place, you would rather fly because that flying can get you to see a lot of things. Although teleporting it saves time.
Yes.
But you've missed out the whole experience.
I love that analogy. That's
Right.
amazing. Teleportation versus flight.
Yep.
It's amazing.
So I really I would really, really encourage everyone to enjoy the journey. It's okay to fail. And you must be prepared to fail. As an entrepreneur, you must be prepared
How
to fail.
do they prepare themselves for failure?
You just have to get mentally prepared. You must know that failure will come. But that level of failure, it depends on you. Whether you say, this is too much for me, I don't want to do it. Then you just give up. You just stop there, you know. But if you prepared yourself for failure, you know that you will fail. But when you fail later, I have prepared for this.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it's coming. But now how can I make this better?
Absolutely.
And then
right.
you fine tune, and then fine tune, and then fine tune. Just keep on moving.
So interesting. And you mentioned this word. I want to pick out the word you used, Rayden. You used the word success, right? Some people even looking at entrepreneurship, it's just an in thing now. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur because it's an in thing. But you know, what would you say is what an entrepreneur should focus on when it comes to success?
All right. Before I go to that, right, I think if any one of you wants to be an entrepreneur, right, you must be ready that entrepreneurs are not birds and the bees. Either you work 9 to 5 or you work 24/7. There's no in between, you know. So as an entrepreneur, there's no 9 to 5 for you. I've seen a lot. I really seen a lot. In my group, they say, I want to start this business. I want to start that, make this better, make that better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go ahead. But then after that, they failed once. I don't think this is for me. I work outside lah. Better, more secure. I have more time for my family. Because as entrepreneurs, right, there is this element which is very important that you need to know, which is sacrifice. Even in our religion, taught about sacrifice. Because with greater sacrifice comes greater reward. So for an entrepreneur, you have to sacrifice your time with your family sometimes. You have to sacrifice your sleep, sacrifice your effort, everything. It's all about sacrifice. If let's say you want to have more time for your family, yes, you do the hard work first. You can have more time later. You cannot just enjoy now and then, enjoy later. It doesn't work that way. You have to work hard first before enjoy later.
Plant the seed so that there can be a tree.
Exactly, yes. Plant the seed so that there can be a tree. and how you water the tree, it also depends on you. If you water with negativity, it won't be a tree. Yeah.
So you water with?
Positivity, good energy, really great energy, a lot of think positively with whatever that has happened to you, because everything happens for an ultimate reason. You will not know it yet. In future, you will know.
You
it.
will know.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I love you focus on the journey, and it's gonna be tough. Expect it to be tough, but just keep going. If you truly believe in your vision that you
Yes.
mentioned, it's gonna mean something. It's
It will mean
amazing.
something. It
Yeah.
will mean something.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on the podcast. Thank you, Rayden, for being a great
Thank
guest.
you.
And of course, our venue sponsor, Crowd by 3, and our media magicians. The boss is right over here.
Not the boss, not the boss. These are my boss, actually. Yeah.
Studio 5 Corp. Thank you so much for sponsoring the equipment and the amazing tech here. And of course, SMCCI social media platforms. Do follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and also listen to us, this podcast, on YouTube, and listen to us on Spotify. Okay, we'll catch you the next time round. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Take care.